Girl, it's too late. It's too late. Girl, it's too late. Let's unite. Okay. I wanna know what's going on in Africa. Can somebody please tell me what thing that happened in Africa?
Just after the war, the artists contribute for peace and development and unity in our nation.
We don't need no suicide bombing, no terrorists attacking. Shalom, we don't need no rebel attacking. This time, we love to see brothers and sisters going
Yes, and did not cost the woman sound of the guy called Pupubaja, featuring the guy called Funky Fred. Making a date on the 24th of December right down there at the National Stadium, album launching Any Girl and Many Hands Make Light Work. That is Pupubaja at Bow Society.
It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't really matter what your color. From the north, south, east and west. Let's unite. Tell me when we gonna unite. Unite. Let's unite. Africa
unite. You know, yeah, man. It didn't matter if you live in the States or Europe or anywhere. You know what I mean? We went through a lot of Sierra Leoneans, you know, and we don't want to fight anymore. We don't want to fight anymore, and we are not going to fight anymore. So one of them, the theme for Calbox is like, drop the gun, speak up the mic. You know what I mean? That's how we create Calbox. You know, we started talking to young people. Guys, look, you don't have to be a criminal. You know what I mean? Get a job, find something. If you want to sing, okay, look, this is the mic. We give them the mic.
After the 10 years war in my country, everything was down. No jobs, no facility, everybody was so frustrated. But I think I should start it with music.
Well, it's very difficult to make music here because, one, we don't have publishing companies in Sierra Leone. And the copyright law is not being implemented. You know, people can dub your music and sell it out. No law will be against them. You know, and it's very difficult to acquire the money to go to the studio because studios are very few here and they are not even professional. And so if you go there, they will charge you expensive money. And because there is no promotion for the artist, everybody is doing it as a private business. So just imagine, the artist has to find his money to go to the studio.
When you first come to Sierra Leone, man, like you got to get used to it. You know, like the first 6 months, man. Anytime someone's walking behind me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But like, you got used to it, yo. It's peaceful here, no guns. You know what I mean? Okay, I was born here. I left here when I was 3 years old, man. Just imagine, 3 years old. So basically, I was born in the U.S. You know. When I came back to Sierra Leone, it's like scary. You know, because it was like right after the war. So like you hear a lot of things about the war, like what I've seen on CNN, like from 1991, man. I was in the States. I saw like people getting killed here in Sierra Leone. Me and a couple of my friends in New York, that's Sierra Leoneans, we got tattoos, Sierra Leone, you know what I mean? Just to remember the suffering here in Sierra Leone. So when I came back, man, it was scary, man. You're still seeing like soldiers around holding guns and shit, yo. I'm a free spirit, you know. I mean, after finishing school in America, I tried the business thing. I was working for Intel. I worked for Comcast Cable, can you imagine? You know what I mean? But like every day I'm waking up with a necktie, you know what I mean? Coatless, you know what I mean? So it's like hip-hop, man. All the time, hip-hop is in my head, yo. Hey, yo, this is Now You Might Be Dots once again. Today I live in the God Rich, baby. You don't forget my album, Pizzo City Volume 1, baby. If you sleep, I'm the crowd.
You know, if there's no electricity, certainly we cannot develop. And every studio you go into, just like you can hear generator as this now, this is the same kind of, you know, distorting sound you find in every other studio. So this is quite a problem for us because apart from the fact that we have to buy the fuel, which, well, economically, we know that is an economic fallout. We also know that, in a studio needs a quiet place where the artist can meditate and record. But with this kind of distorting noise, you would imagine how artists and engineers and their producers will have to cope. So we want to plead, and we continue to ask investors and even the government to help provide this country with electricity.
It's a great deal if there is no light. And now, as you see, the generator is humming, and without fuel and without light, even people will not buy cassette, because how would they play or listen to it? So that is one of the limitations. But I'm sure the music industry has a brighter future, and I believe by God's grace investors will come and things will be okay in time to come.
For right now, for any time we practice, as you know, I was just coming from town to get petrol, gas. I bought it 30,000 leones for just today's rehearsals. Just imagine if I have to rehearse for a month, that would cost me a lot of money, And then the roads are bad. As you can see, this road, the roads are very bad. So moving from one direction to the other is not easy, And sometimes some of our equipment, musical equipment, gets spoiled through these bad roads. Sometimes if you put your mixer, you have an engagement in the provinces. You want to go there. The roads are bad. Sometimes as soon as you arrive there, when you check the mixer has a problem. Because of what? The roads are bad, seriously bad. So all these things are really not helping us. Electricity, bad roads, and again, well, there is a lot of poverty in Sierra Leone. People are not employed. Most of the youth who, supposed to be the best people who can enjoy, entertainment, do not have job. They do not have job. So how can they be able to pay or to buy even your music?
Always in the studio making them hits. You feel me? King of the party, moving like a king of the party, like a king of the party, shaking like a king of the party.
There is no proper copyright law in places like Africa. Piracy, everybody just after you from the studio working whole day with an artist, you get a proper song that everybody likes around. There's no proper way to market it, no proper distribution, no copyright law. Everybody just grab a copy, go to the computers, especially when there is a lot of new technology in copying music. It's stressing us out here, truly. It's really difficult to make it out here in terms of music.
But most niggas that's underground like us, we just look at it as like, these people, they hear our stuff, man, most of them won't get what we're saying, they won't understand what we're saying, they wouldn't be into the things that we say, the things that we've been through, they're not into that. Their culture is different, it's way different from ours, so so it's like, we just keep it on the ground, we're trying to get it out overseas, let niggas feel us, know niggas that niggas from Africa can really do it and kick the game just as hard as they can kick the game.
If you send your music to the media for the DJs to promote the music, them people, they are expecting money from you, which is wrong, You have to bribe them, give them money for them to play your music, and that's bad. That is one of the things that is not, they are not even encouraging the artists to do better things. Although some of them have good things, but if they don't have money, how do you expect them to promote their songs, and that's bad. Do you want to have a look at the studio? We've done it before. So this is the studio.
But he's my concern how we can mix the American style with the African, and that's what I'm trying to do.
So wild, or go so wild, spike so wild, go to tattoo from a child. Now we do freestyle, real style. I'm the MC who play versatile, make you smile. Drop the slow, drop the
Get me? So we doing it.
For all those people out there want to come in Africa, I think Sierra Leone is the right place to be, man. You can have a lot of fun, man. Trust me. Know what I mean? We are not about war. Know what I mean? We're all about peace now. We're fighting for our country to go. Know what I mean? We're fighting our whole way, and our whole way is in hip hop.
Well, the difference between these young musicians who are coming up and us is that we are trying to maintain live music. When we came into music, you have to practice how to play an instrument before ever, people incorporate you into the music. And so we have to suffer to learn instrument, and then we are trying to maintain live music, because even if we are going to the studio, we go with the crew, we go with the bassist, the rhythmist, and everything, live, right? That is what we are trying to maintain. But I don't blame the youths that are coming up now. Well, it can be because of the great influence of technology. People, the young generation feel that it is much easier to just go to the studio, you alone, have your song, spell it out to the engineer, and then the engineer would find any kind of rhythm that will match with it. Then it's easy. Let's do it.
A lot more improvement. All we need is more encouragement, more recording studios of higher standard and higher quality. We also need access to marketing our stuff outside Sierra Leone, because the market is so small. We're having a large number of artists, but we have a very, very, very low, quality in terms of marketing standards.
My friend, it's time to go.
brain gon' get no luck. Look. I kidding at the brain gon' get. Go see that he go inside. Let me take some puff, you know. Like I said before, you know, nothing good comes easy, man. It's a long story, man. It's a long story, man. Life is not easy, man. Chala. The fire. Excuse me. The lights are.
Pass me the fire.
The fire.
Oh, yeah.
Biblical.
Holy King Selassie.
The rest of them call him Jah. Some people them call him Allah. But in Africa, we call it God. May God bless the entire world. May God quit all terrorist attack, you know. Because suicide bombing, we don't need that in the world, man. Me love to see me brethren then dwell in a harmony, man, in a peace, man. You hear that? Me don't love to see no terrorist attack, man. Me don't love to see no gun things, you know. Me don't love to see the youths them fight against youths them, you know. Me don't love to see no sell out, you know.
Okay? God bless Sierra Leone. Bring it. Well, with the show. Aye. You think them white like shots in my binti, but you know African beauty missing say. But me no love for life on you. Although me get no love for you, but your family they look up to you. They make you meet some gentleman we go pull on up and go. I get mine for you, say, now you didn't make like a stick, why you not go tell me? If I be don't make this
I've been doing this work for a very long time professionally. They say 13 years I've been into it. But during the war, it's hard to be a female artist. It's very, very difficult, especially lady, you know. You pass through a lot of difficulties. Some people use you for nothing, you know. It's hard, to be frank. Just to be a lady, you have to focus. It's only your determination and your faith that carry you through. By the Almighty God, for me, I feel right now it's a time. It's my time, because as you can see me now, I'm slim. I was bigger than this. I just had a kid, you know. Yes, I just had a kid. That's the reason why I knew that I'll be an artist. I need shape. I need some body, good looks. So I'm trying to put myself together. You know, in Africa, we don't know anything about that. We haven't been to school. For me, I haven't been to a music school before. In Liberia, we struggle in this music business. They use us a lot, tell us to do things. At the end of the day, don't give us no good support. And now I'm in Freetown, but actually, it's my aim to take Liberian and Sierra Leone music to another level. Seriously, I'm an African. I'm a black African girl, and I feel I should make a difference. You know. She's my best friend. Her name is Salone. She been around me all this while. I did not know what was going on behind my back and in my bed. I trust my best friend. I really love my best friend. Yeah. It's Anita, why? Every time I sit and think of you, it hurt me so bad. All this why you've been loving to my guy, and I did not know.
Why you worry about money? Money gonna come with money.
Yes. What's that nigga bis? 1 minute. Good talk. Everybody.
Buy more money.
Welcome to the Riverside, man.
Riverside. Yeah, this is the Riverside.
Respect.
You know, this is Riverside. This is Riversiders. East Coast, you know. This is the fans of the Black Leo.
They are like that. They talk of pollination, and that make me start that demands the car with information.
Everybody in the Riverside love the Black Leo family. You know, shout out to Cardinal, Superlas, Queen Me, and Problem Mem, and the manager Jehu, and the rest of the Black Leo family.
This is the Black Leo. The dog of the Black Leo. The dog of the Black Leo. Black Leo fans, man. Riversiders. Riversiders. Riversider, with the Riversider, Riversiders. The message. This is ever we born. Yes. We born meat in hip hop. Yeah, man. And so forever and ever we still live in hip hop.
Sir, if I do my own business right now. What done at the camp? I don't make a man don't make appointments to come meet you. You know, if I want to win a garage, you do. Me man at the car.
Well, Sierra Leone, West Africa, as it is called Sierra Leone, comes from a Portuguese word, Sierra Leone, which means Lion Mountains. And this is where we're at, West Africa. We're like sandwiched by Guinea and Liberia. The Sierra Leone music industry, I can put it as it's a growing investment because like it's been on for a long time. But like there's a change in the industry right now. And the main factor is that like the young generation is really pushing the industry upwards right now. Because if I should say back in the days, Sierra Leone was known for typically rumba sounds, as soukous, and a little bit of calypso. It went throughout the years, and then the war came, and then there was a breakdown in the industry because like we couldn't go out and do shows and all them type of stuff. But in 1999, Jimmy B came to Sierra Leone. He's like a renowned artist. He been doing tracks in South Africa for a long time. He came back to Sierra Leone with a studio and came with an idea that the younger people should get involved in music. And so there was a digital recording studio he set up named Paradise, and he got together lots of artists who been trying to make it in the industry but couldn't get up to the industry because like couldn't get up to the, let me say, the higher stakes of the industry because they didn't have the opportunity recording financially and all that. He came with a studio and he started recording people, young artists. They came out with the compilation Volume 1, Best of Sierra Leone, Paradise Volume 1. And this included a lot of artists we see today like K-Man, SWA, AB4U, Fisher, and all these guys are really big right now. But they had a foundation back then. I'm talking about. And since then, people in Sierra Leone have been motivated to do music because like people love music, but they didn't have the chance to do music. And with digital recording coming in, and like studios could be set up like probably in 2 days with a computer, a sound card, a mixer, and all that. People started getting to the industry. More people started coming to the industry. And what we're looking at today is a very large industry with lots of talent being poured into it, lots of investments being made, lots of money being poured into the industry. Although we're having some constraints, but we're doing our best to move ahead. That's what the Sierra Leone music industry is. It's a growing investment, and it keeps growing. In the next 5 years, be sure it's going to grow much more large.
We have so many talents in Sierra Leone. Like the elders don't want to make use of our talent, you know. But our talent, some of the artists are wasting, you know, because some people have talent, but they don't have the physical cash to go into the studio, do something perfect, you know. Just we are talking to the big ones to help some people, to help the talented ones to do something better, because Sierra Leone will be more better because if we have so many talents.
We started talking to the government, and they're paying great attention. So we just hope they will pass the law in Parliament, which I think they have to pass the law in Parliament because not only we have over 10,000 youths that we employ in the music industry. Over 10,000. Now, I mean, we're paying taxes. So the government has to protect our investment. They have to do it. They don't have any choice. They have to do it because they protect the investment of the telephone companies. You know what I mean? Other companies. So they have to protect the only industry that is owned by young Sierra Leoneans, which is the music industry. The government has to protect our investment, and I think they're doing it so far. So we just hope they will pass the law in Parliament soon.
Yo, we got a record label out here in Freetown. We're doing hip hop. Know what I mean? I'm working for the Black Little Company.
He's the editor right here.
I'm the editor for the company. Know what I mean? This is the CEO of the company. Caldinero is the best hip hop rapper in Sierra Leone. You can check his CD out now. Know what I mean? This is the best of Caldinero. These are our other artists, Super Large. Know what I mean? This nigga can rap. It's a born American, but he represents Sierra Leone to the fullest. Know what I mean? Yo, this Cow. This is the second album of Cow. It's called The Stories of Freetown. This is the third album of Cow, The King of Freetown. This is the Freetown Most Wanted. Know what I mean? There's a lot of drama with Fism. That's why I call this King of Freetown. You can check it out. This shit is hot, man. This is book 1. This is book 2, double album. Know what I mean? Like Tupac did, book 1, 2, All Eyes on Me. He did the same shit, know what I mean? So you can check this out, know what I mean? This kind of side. Anywhere you go, you can see Black Little niggas, know what I mean? Niggas who love Black Little, niggas who want to represent Black Little. We love artists that can rap, know what I mean? We want to promote artists, know what I mean? We want to be at the highest level in hip-hop in Africa and all over the world. That's what we're fighting for, know what I mean? Most of these niggas in here don't fuck around with no cool or the Black Little for life.
Yeah, man, what wrong, guys? Yes. Like basically, it's a message. You know, you can take this message to people out there in diaspora. That Sierra Leoneans are talented, want to do something, but they need a little push. You know, for our brothers in diaspora, let them come over, help us. That's how the song started in Sierra Leone. People were overlooking it. Just like before now, You know, when the songs started, let's say music started in Sierra Leone, if a parent can see his or her child going into movie direction, into music direction, say, no, you are stupid. You know, you don't want to be yourself. You don't want to be somebody in the future. You want to sing music for dropouts. You know what I'm saying? But basically, they all have accepted the music because of what the impact the music industry is doing. So I believe with your own help, you guys there in the diaspora, people will start to look at the movie, you know, and they have like better perspective. They say, okay, if you're going to movie, you can make it in the world. So that's just a bet to you. If you guys give us a helping hand, believe you me, we can do something for you better.
Right, so I'm not nigga will let Black Cleo, man. I kiss of Black Cleo, and I let cow. Let's say I'm super large. I make money for your song, man. Black Cleo cool for life. Let's say nigga the offer for this school. I'll call the boss. Let's say I'll pause for sure.
These are father right here.
Yeah,
you lay down like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I see something that coming, I mean.
Yeah, man. Nigga, for talk, man.
Where did you make
I'm not Black Leo, nigga, man.
Black boys in the dance. So,
Presents Black Leo. Still sit down at the ground at the ghetto. The man and send something, the man and do something. Yeah.
For real.
At this moment, the most popular music in Sierra Leone is hip hop, kind of mixed with African rhythms, you know. Yeah, well, I don't know, but what happened was everything that is made in America or in London is being taken here as first class something. So like the rhythms that are coming from America, you know, like the hip hop seems to have overcome, you know, in America and in England. And so Sierra Leone is a country that is looking, you know, forward to the development in America and in Europe, like in English-speaking countries, you know. So everything that comes out of people in Sierra Leone will imitate, you know. So that's why the hip-hop music or rap music, as it is commonly known in Sierra Leone, is very popular to the youth because they seem to, you know, they like imitating the Americans. They like talking like the Americans, and some of them like to talk like the Jamaicans too. So, but to me, as an experienced man, I believe I have my own respect, and I believe that I should represent my own country. So rather than imitating what is coming from America and London, I try to propagate our national rhythm into the world. And I think I have succeeded in doing so, because a soundtrack like Soda Soap, which is played in our own traditional beat, Gumbe, is being accepted by the Americans, by the Europeans, you know. So it's like the Sierra Leone rhythm is really making an impact into the world. And that's my own vision, you know, because I know Sierra Leone has a dynamic musical potential. I want to expose that into the world.
Man, are you seeing me? Look at us, man. We're here, Sierra Leoneans. The war's over, yo. We're just like you. How they talk the English, how they talk the Creole, you know what I mean? It's like tomato, ka epui. We there. People know Creole's like the new French, man. You know what I mean? It's so sweet, you know what I mean? That's why I like my language. Like, even my mom doesn't understand me a lot, just imagine. Because, like, I'm so used to, like, I go from Creole to English just like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a beautiful language. And I definitely, all my music, man, is like Creole. If you hear B-Dots doing anything in English, it's because they said, yo, B-Dots, do it in English. But, like, if it's up to me, I'm like, yo, Adibody, you see? Like, even if you've never heard Creole, Adibody, I mean, how's your body? How is it? What up? You know what I mean? How do you go, they go? You know what I mean? How are things? You know what I mean? Like that, man. When B-Dots flow, man, them for no. This not English with a bit of Creole, so let man them take it easy. Whoop. Anyway, let's find so, man. Creole's beautiful. The new French, the new Spanish.
What up? It's the kid, man. You know, the bobo, you know what I'm saying? Cal De Niro, you know, the king of Freetown. I'm here representing African hip-hop, you know, Black Leo Records, African flavor, you know what I mean? Maintaining, holding the crown down, man, you know, just trying to bring African music, you know, on the hip-hop side of things, so, you know what I mean, to the world, man.
You got the best on my heart, lifetime commitment. Let's head to a spot like me instant. Treat you like a queen or like a princess. Me without you, nothing else, I like begins it. Why you still in there?
And so for the All-Stars, that is our own ideology. We believe that African music is the sweetest music in the world. So there is no need for me, who has the sweetest music in the world, to overlook my own reading, which is the best in the world, and then starts to rap like Ice Cube and whatnot. I can be a very funny man.
I was imitating a lot of American artists, you know what I mean? Like, I was like trying to be like Snoop Dogg, trying to be like Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas, you know what I mean? All of these cats. That's who, like, those are the people I was looking up to. I was trying to rhyme like them. But, you know what I mean? After a little while, I started to realize that, hey, there's a lot of people out here that live the life that you live. You know what I mean? That's experiencing the same stuff that you're experiencing. Why not talk about these things? You know what I mean? You're not living in America. I'm not going to come and talk about bang, 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 you know what I mean, all day, or I'm hustling on the block. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? They will not relate to it. So I had to calm myself down, and like I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do it in Creole.
The language Creole is a broken English, you know, and it was brought by the Maroons.
Like when slavery was abolished, people overseas, like blacks overseas, don't know that a lot of slaves was taken back home. You know, a lot of freed slaves. And one of the first places in Africa where the freed slaves was taken was Sierra Leone. That's why the city of Sierra Leone is called Freetown. You know what I mean? Because that place was for freed slaves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, colony of freedom. So when those slaves were taken back to Sierra Leone, you know what I mean? They blend in with the locals out there. You know, and when they blend in, whatever the locals were speaking at the time, and plus the English that they brought, they blend that together.
If you start to speak an African language, like my own language, Timini, if I speak it, it's like I'm rapping. I hope you understand.
You can speak some Timini.
Yeah, like I say,
The Nero don't come back just to spit all kind trap. They want for chase me in a small time jack. Niggas don't want to replace me with the wrong type track. But me not tycoon, quick for launch attack.
To rescue a nigga in high school when his car failed. You been down since 6 years old. I ain't gonna say me that. And she was there with me. So Allah, so Nana,
I mean, all of the stars in Sierra Leone, West Africa, they have their own record labels, but normally they came here for another further production. They will come here and work 2 or 3 songs, which they will include in their albums. You know, I can call names, but few. They are stars. We are looking at them with the young brains behind the game. We too, we are fighting for our own peak, but Forensic Record label is the biggest. Like, if you think about Bingo Man, the K-Man for his last album, Stone Them, we do series of songs here.
We're supposed to be at the football field just to do a kick-off, but we're stuck now in the traffic and we can't get through. So now we're about to go get ladies and just chill back.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, we need to guide you, man. We need to protect you, right? For real, guys. It's not really easy.
Yes.
I'm good.
I'm good. You got everything?
We don't mix my woman, fat, gal. And that's how we meet some people, fat, gal. Lady FM stars, they will run the park. Choose one girl. We get the ring, we get the money, get for 4 feet one.
Before joining up with these other ladies, I've done 2 albums. The first title of my first album was Sweet Africa, and the second one was Special Comforter. And I've got a lot of achievements in the music industry. I've won a lot of awards in the music industry of Sierra Leone. I've won the best video for West Africa. I've won the best African song. I've won the best female vocalist.
I call the song See Me, you know. Okay, it goes like this, huh? All these years you and I had been together, baby, you to play me some games. You promised that our love will last forever, but you they cause me lots of pain.
On the weed up, one go find you. The rest go day for talk behind you. I know the life do, I mean day, man still be straight day. Just go to believe, say, you tell go can't box way. Take you 10, man. Right time down, no trust your head, man. You plan, understand? Don't take life for granted. You understand? Snappy dots, represent cowboys, more fire entertainment. What's aside? Overseas music, I day out with me, man. Representing Black Leo. I mean, Cal, Nero and manager Ja Rule. The man don't say beef, they fight club. It's not about beef, yo. Music is a mission, not a competition. Respect.
I know say all do music. The least I like, now Saren Jawud and 2 comic. Nigga them believe them to magic. The all coast to coast rule, make them friend and panic. All will believe, now we learn and garlic. Garlic and let me in the streets always can tell me, say, Ro, you need. I don't if this beat for slap, man, and I put effort for clap. I don't do more than 40 skits. I boss with Jordan this time. What the kids? The niggas are not ever afraid for say, Roy, you error and pass. I see that niggas who are rap, they also don't even get mellow glass. This man bomb glass. Nigga them boss for the studio so they get bomb by band. What's in them wearing at the hand? You don't even want to go by band.
Quickly taking. Somebody challenge. Another opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you that thank you for the good work for another day for you by this time. I appreciate you so much. And anybody will get prize now, we'll show you again. The Dry Yard Crew supporters. The Dry Yard Crew supporters.
Charity, the back.
The tournament is over.
Yeah, now we're just coming from a kickoff football gala that came and arranged. That was the final day today, and what you saw at the past is just what really happened. We were there. He had a prize for the first goal scorer that had 50,000 leons, and the second goal scorer, which was fortunately scored by the same first goal scorer, so he was earning 80,000 leons by the end of the match. And we're done now. We're in traffic with a lot of fans around. It's a lot of traffic. We can't even get through, and that's just what's happening.
There was a way that I introduced myself in songs. Like in Africa, we don't have no proper advertising system to advertise yourself unless you have to do it the hard way. So I used to, I was so broke that I was unable to buy cell phone for myself as a producer. So what I did, I just advertised my mail into the sounds. SaisAtYahoo.com, boom, SaisAtYahoo.com, contact the hottest and youngest producer, like that. And from that time, you know, Yahoo is free. We don't pay. So people just contact me, hey Sais, I want to meet you. Go check your mail. Like anytime I check my mail, I see a lot of messages. Sais, I'd like to meet with you. I like to produce. That's the way I advertise myself. And if you ask anybody out there in the diaspora, like a Sierra Leone, and say, who's Sais? Who say SaisAtYahoo.com? Because I think that is the way how everything started. Anytime they play Pop Daddy music, people are dancing. Music produced by Pop Daddy and the big producers out in the world. But anytime they play Sais, as they hear SaisAtYahoo.com, everybody get up on the stage and say, who is this Sais? Who is this guy that has this magic, you know, to embrace the Western world music? Then he said, go get me Sais. And that time, guess what? Sais was just 16, 17-year-old young ghetto boy. And he said, wow, you did these things, you played this magic, you created this magic to let people go crazy in the dance like this? I said, yeah. Then they said, man, I want to help you. What I will give you distribution. I'm not here to fool around to say I'm going to take you to America. You don't need that. All you need is distribution like Puff Daddy. So I have a distribution, and I'm going to give you a contract on distribution. But at that time I was so young, I don't understand what he's saying. And I think that's the way I get connected with this SLN something, because I'm the only artist or producer in Sierra Leone that you can see my products on shops in America, where you see Jay-Z, you hear pop, you see my stuff well packed and professionally packed. And this is because I'm the only Sierra Leone I think you can relate to proper music in the diaspora out there.
Yeah, well, like I got to know Alonso when he came back from Liberia. We both went to school, but that time I was most senior for him. When he came down, he told me he wanted to do some music and it was going to be on the Cowbox. I was happy to talk to him. We've been working together. We were in the studio. I decided to just do a tune. I told him, look, I'm going to play something and I want you to write something and sing on it. He said, okay. And then I did the track. He was there right on the track, and I'm sure he's done so well. That's why people have appreciated the track, both in and out of Sierra Leone. The track is titled Angel. It was just about a girl that he was trying to appeal to, not for her not to walk out of his life, you know. And I'm sure that has been a successful track.
What's with you to feel? Just give me a chance to explain.
Can you tell me something?
Just put it down, Sierra. It's okay. gotta believe me. Baby, you gotta.
I decided to come to Sierra Leone, you know, to contribute towards the industry over here. Because as for me, just like I said earlier on, I'm one of the artists with great potentials to see Sierra Leone go to the international market. You know, Sierra Leone music going international. So like, I decided to come over to Sierra Leone. You know, I hooked up my cousin, like, man, I'm coming down, I'm coming down full. I'm coming to record my album. And he's like, okay, man, you can come down. I got a friend of mine who's like he owns #1 record label in this country, you know. So like, I came down to Sierra Leone, and then, you know, he took me to Box, and Box felt me. He was like, man, kid, you're really hot, man. So let's do it. I'm gonna sign you on my label, and then we work things. So that's how it all started. But I think if we try to do with songs, try to make songs, you know, music in a universal language, which is English, you know, I believe people in America want to listen, people in London, people in China, people in France, everywhere, people will want to listen to it. And for me, international is where I want to go, you know. And I want to put Sierra Leone on the international scene musically.
Ah, man, so what's going on, man? Alright, dogs, yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Cutman Avenue, by the McDonald's, man.
Okay, Sierra Leoneans love us, but it's time for Nigerians to know us too. It's time for Americans to know us too. It's time for Europeans to know us too, you know what I'm saying? It's not just going to be music for our people. It got to be music internationally accepted, you know what I mean? That's my goal. You know what I mean? Shout out to the kid AB, you know what I mean? This AB right here, you know what I mean? Holding it down. What up? This Super Large right here, you know what I'm saying? We doing it. That's Big R right there. You know what I mean? Maintaining exclusively. You know, over there it's like whenever I touch down in Freetown, man, it's like this, man. First of all, we always get a grand scale welcoming. You know, all the fan clubs out there, all the fans be coming to welcome us, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Really, really showing us love at the airport and at the ferry, Green. You know what I mean? It be big over there, man. We doing radio interviews, you know what I mean? We attacking the media crazy. We all over the place. When I come to Freetown, everything stops. Word up. It's not like I'm bragging or nothing, man. But when Caldinero go to Freetown,
it's a buzz, man.
All the artists, they leave Freetown. You know what I mean? They travel. They go somewhere. Word up. Because they don't want to feel the fire that I bring. People that be running things over there, you know what I'm saying, when we don't be there, whenever we come, they will have to pack and leave or something, man. Because it's like everything stopped, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I'm saying, the biggest niggas is in town, man. You know what I mean? Like, word up, we pioneers with this shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, niggas be putting it down. So when we go over there, it's like interviews on the radio, you know what I mean? TV interviews, newspapers. You know, we work the media hard. We promote our shows. And we be up country too, man. You know what I mean? We be in Bo, we be in Kenema, you know what I'm saying? We be in Lungay. We be doing shows, successful shows, yo.
It's big,
it's
man.
like, yeah, it's not shows that where you have 30 people, man. I'm talking about shows with thousands of people, word up, you know what I mean? They all pay, you know what I mean, to come see us perform. You know what I mean? People being in a line just to take pictures with cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, really just to take a picture with the cat. People be lining up like, yo, now line up here now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, reality talk. It's not like, it's not a game. It's like, we not young.
Counter warrior, large the warrior. Black Leo niggas, we all are warriors. So if they talk to counter for campo light, cause I quick for boxing face like a Samsonite. Let you worry now, us nigga jam tonight. Mr. DJ blast the music, it sounds so nice. Stabole hypocrite, the crab then at the bucket. Let me the think would I for grab or for go beat. Used to the struggle, the pain and the glory, the strain and the more say me name, yeah, they know me. Man, and just the veg cause I still a shake tail. Try to lock me up, judge no one take bail. They inside the car all of a sudden break fail. After the accident, thank God I wake still. Get your nest, get your scissors. You see, don't buy yourself for me, I get me Jesus. Yeah, that's all I get me Jesus. Real talk, baby. What? Cause man, I'm warrior. I got courage. Warrior. I show me courage. Warrior. Ready for the pain. Even though they hate, but I still let me take. Cause man, I'm warrior. I got courage. Warrior. I show me courage.
Basically, the message the musicians are sending is like, it's simple. all they're asking for, look, we need good medical facilities, we need education, we need light, we need water, we need good roads, we need food. That's the basic, especially education. You know what I mean? And they should be able to give it to the youth of this nation. You know what I mean? So the last government, they refused to do it. So the musicians, they went buck wild, started making, they started singing against them. And the music industry was the only opposition party in the country. You know what I mean? Because at the time, the opposition in parliament, they weren't saying a lot. You know, so the musicians, they did everything, and they made a change whereby they removed the. From my point of view, they removed the past government, and this government is very popular among youths. And because if you look at the vice president, he's on his early 40s. You know what I mean? He's a young guy, a very active guy. The same goes to the president. So we let them. We just hope they don't disappoint the nation. If they disappoint the nation, trust me, we are going back to the studio and start making more music against them.
Yeah, they sing satire songs like. Now that we dey put now ba, now that we dey put now ba, now that we dey put now ba, we go something like that from the Bow Society, and also Pupa Baja create song. Una don fompa we, una don shinka we. Olu Papa where you dey pa, una don fompa, una don shinka we. Papa tinka where you dey pa. No short kind of songs that will enlighten the people, the situation that we are undergoing in the nation, because it's too hard, tough and rough. I mean, because. For a youth, you cannot able to earn your daily bread for a single day. While they have everything in their pockets, they make with the youth, and the poor people will suffer. So the artists, they create their own knowledge by singing the songs so that the people can realize and educate themselves by casting their votes. So they cast their votes very peacefully to make a changes. And also with that time, there was a threat among the peoples in the city, all over the nation. About the election, you know, so they form a union which they call Artists Union, Artists for Peace. You know, they also sang a series of songs to see that there must be totally peace and free and fair election by no violence.
For the young generation, mostly are focusing to music because they are finding ways to express themselves. You know, but. There is no other means, you know, because if you want to express yourself like you want to say something publicly, you know, probably in Africa you can be, you can be beaten for nothing, you see. So people, you know, the musicians thought that well, playing music will help them to express themselves, you know, and that's a very great opportunity, you know, that they are able to express themselves through music. Maybe. You know, their opinions really helped to reform this country, even to the new election, because these youths, although very young, you know, although sometimes they do it without money because there is no copyright law in Sierra Leone, you know, but the idea is they help to change the situation because they help to unearth some of the bad things that people are doing through music, and that will help really, you know, to stop some of the things that are doing. So I really appreciate the youths. I really appreciate them that instead of going to the bush, they find ways to express themselves. That one is better than going to the bush. So I really appreciate. But the only thing I am trying to do, I really want to open up a music school in this country. If I have the opportunity and I have people that will help me to open up the school, I think that will help the youth that want to take music as a profession. You know, it will help them greatly because most of them don't have really the real experience to play music, but the talent is in them. And this is what they are trying to do, you see. But I think an opportunity or opportunities are to be provided for these youths, you know, like a music school that will help them. Well, I'm trying, but I don't have enough to just do things.
Youth has definitely been affected by the war. You see it every day. There's no trust. They don't trust adults at all, man. I mean, Everyone should be like, yo, adults, you're supposed to respect adults. There's no trust, there's no respect, there's no law and order. But it's paradise at the same time. It's crazy, yo. You can't explain it. They have a saying, yo, this is Africa, yo. And that's it, yo. This is Africa. It's you love it, then you hate it, yo. So it's bananas.
Rise up, Salone. Lift up, Salone. God bless Salone. Cool down, Salone. This is our home. No place like home. Rise up, Salone. Lift up, Salone. God bless Salone. Cool down, Salone. This is our home. No place like home. Yeah, yeah. Why we for no school, no job? Why? Why we dey work, no salary? Why cost of living so high? Why we city so filthy? Why we for die of malaria? Why street children and hunger? Why everything so bad? Why Mr. Government? Why? System rope and the pocket empty. All over the youth, them they run crazy. We live in a dark city, now that's a CRT. With me I see, make a feel so pity. The election they come when all the time for votes. Vote for the right man when they push me come before. Now vote for the wrong man when they go left with the move. This not the message me want to put that for those. Why, oh why? Why, oh why? Why, oh why? Why, oh why? Rise up, Salone. Lift up, Salone. God bless Salone. Cool down, Salone. This is our home. No place like home. Rise up, Salone. Lift up, Salone. God bless Salone. Cool down, Salone. This is our home. No place like home.
They look at it as, you know, a way of, you know, I mean, you know, venting out their frustration about society, about everything, whether it's rebelling against their parents or the norm or the status quo that they're not happy about in a particular country. You know, there are a lot of good rap music that are coming out, hip-hop music that are coming out, whereby, you know, people are being, you know, I mean, educated, you know, and, you know, a lot of awareness being raised, you know, in terms of, like, the HIV/AIDS issue, child mortality, you know. I mean, a lot of social issues, you know, are being raised through hip-hop music. Only if given the chance, you know, even the elders, if given the chance, they would understand it, you know. But I would say to most of the kids, you know, I mean, what I try to do is, you know, infuse that, you know, hip-hop with, you know, I mean, with some of the stuff that these old people can identify with, so that you can catch them with your message, you know.
All of the Joyaku fans, them, you know, because they love we and we love them too. Respect your elders, respect your mommy and your dad, so that your days will be longer. That's a biblical tune, you know. And one thing again, protect yourself. Protect yourself, youth. You have to protect yourself from what? HIV. That's a biblical tune. Don't forget your rubber. Fix it before jigging.
I think we have a positive future, man. I'm feeling, I mean, we're good about the future of Salone music. It's getting more mature, man. Very much mature. It's not about just brrr now, man. I mean, people really want to hear what you're saying. Like, again, thanks to guys like Emerson, man. You know, thanks to like Cowbox Studios, man. Alonzo. You got like Angie, or just like doing crazy things, and it's like mature lyrics, man. It's all about lyrics right now, so it's a big future in it for us, man. You know what I mean? And for now, they're loving the change, man. The public as well. They were tired of like just utter politics. They were just tired of party. I mean, we're bringing like reality into it.
We gotta think about ourselves, man. Like, my whole thing is this: what are you doing as a person from Africa? What are you doing with the time you have now? You understand? You can make a difference, even if it's to 10, 15 people. I'm out here. You see where I'm at. This is, you know, this is like Bed-Stuy. This is the hood right here. But guess what? The people that I deal with, they know about my country. These little kids, I'm teaching them to speak some Sierra Leone. Like, we see anyone today, we're like, hey, Kushida, hey, howdy, buddy. So I'm doing my impact by saying, you know, this is who I am. This is where I've been. This is what I'm about. And I think that everybody can have an opportunity to change the world, or the world that they're in.
Come to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is the most beautiful country on planet Earth. Trust me, we have the loveliest beaches. We have all the natural resources. We have greens around here, you know. I mean, this is paradise. Trust me.
We was blessed by God. You know, if you go out there, the climate is very good. You know what I mean? Like, we have nice beaches out there. You know what I mean? And extraordinary people, man. Like, I love that place, you know. And I believe we just went through what we went through for us to be better people in the future. You know what I mean? The war that came over there, it came for a reason. So at least we can, you know what I mean, embrace one another, you know what I mean, and love and cherish our land more.
You know, all the stuff that you hear about guns and rebels and fighting and all of that, that is over. It is over. And trust me, the war was not brought upon us by our own people. It was brought upon us by people from other parts of the world, you know. So we Sierra Leoneans are peaceful people. We love foreigners, we love strangers, we love to welcome people to Sierra Leone because that's the way we are. We're warm. Come to Sierra Leone and come and experience this. Trust me, you'll be glad you came.
Stand up and love your family. Put your face up and have a